Hello everyone, welcome to Dental Talks. Hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to study about furcation and its classification. Before we go deep into the topic, the first thing you have to know here is what is furcation. So you can say that furcation is basically the point where the roots are dividing, okay? So where one single root is dividing into two parts, that is the point which is known as furcation or bifurcation. Okay, this is what you say as a furcation. Now, always remember, furcation is going to act as a potent site for plaque accumulation because of the following reasons. Firstly, the accessibility is really low, and due to which what happens, cleaning the furcation area is a difficult job. Especially imagine if you're cleaning with your toothbrush, you can never reach the furcation area. Firstly, it is deep. Secondly, it is all covered with bone. Okay, so in general, you cannot clean it. Now coming to the other factors which can lead to plaque accumulation. In some patients, you might have seen about a developmental anomaly that is known as enamel pearls. This is how enamel pearls look like. They are usually found at the site of bifurcation. And when somebody is having enamel pearls, in such patients, the chances of plaque accumulation increases because obviously this solidified structure is going to have more and more plaque getting collected over this. Okay, next what you have is cervical enamel projections. Another thing that come is the length of the root trunk. So when you have a longer root trunk, now imagine in this particular picture, if this is the tooth and this is the root, now here you see this is the trunk. Okay, so when you have a shorter root trunk, in that condition cleaning becomes easy. You can easily reach the furcation area in such cases. But when you have a longer trunk, the cleaning becomes more difficult, and hence the oral health is going to get compromised and the plaque accumulation is going to increase in such case. Okay, other than that, there's one more factor which is to be kept in mind, that is the length of root. Always remember, when you have longer roots, when a tooth is having long roots, it is going to get mobilized later, and the furcation involvement here would not have that much of mobility because the longer roots are there. But in cases of shorter roots, when the roots are short, in such condition there is more early chance of mobility which is seen. Also, exfoliation is much more exfoliation is much more early in such cases. Okay, now coming to the classification or what you say as grading of furcation. Firstly, this was given by Glickman. Now there are basically 4 grades we are going to talk about: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 and grade 4. Moving to what is grade 1. See, grade 1, in any case, wherever you have studied classification, grade 1 is always going to be the mild condition. Not a lot of things are going to happen in this particular grade. So what happens, यहाँ पे आपकी सिर्फ suprabony pockets होंगे, ठीक है? Only suprabony pockets are going to be present. When you put a neighbor's probe in this area, the probe is not going to go inside the furcation area. As you can see in the picture, the bone is intact. There is no furcation involvement as such. It's just pockets which are present. Okay, you can see deep pockets which are present here, that are suprabony. They are above the bony structure. So they are suprabony pockets which are present. When you try to put this neighbor's probe inside the furcation area, the probe is not going to enter the furcation area. Radiographically, there would be no bone loss which is going to be seen. So just remember, one thing is present, that is suprabony pockets. That is grade 1. When you come to grade 2, this has got a particular name which is known as Cull-D sac. Why do you say this to be a sac? This condition, now what is sac exactly? It's this kind of structure. Okay, it means you are going to put things inside it, but nothing is going to come outside. That is what a sac looks like, right? This is what a sac looks like. It is a kind of poly bag, remember, like this. So you can put things inside it, but the things are not going to fall out. That is what sac means. Similar thing is happening here also. There is bone loss only on one side of the furcation. So if this is the furcation side, for example, this is the tooth structure and this is the furcation side. So maybe only this side is going to have bone loss and only this side furcation is exposed. The other side, the back side, is still going to have bone over it and it is still be safe side. Okay, only this side bone loss has happened. One side of bone loss has taken place. Okay, Moving ahead, when you put the probe in this kind of tooth, no, it will enter from one side. It will enter from one side, but the probe will not come out from the other side. As you can see in the picture, when you're putting the probe inside, it is going inside, but it is not going to come out from the other side. So that is the reason we say this to be a cul-de-sac or a blind cavity. Why do we say this to be a blind cavity? You might enter in it, but you cannot come out of it. Okay, then we come to the radiographic features. So you may or may not find the visibility of that bone loss. At times you can see the bone loss from one side, and times you cannot. Okay, now coming to the grade 3. So as we increase the grade, the severity is also going to increase. Okay, that's a normal thing. So in grade 3 is usually said to be a through and through grade. Why? Because here in this condition, what will happen, now when you put the neighbor's probe inside the furcation area, it will go inside from one side and it will come inside outside from the other side. Earlier grade 2 में क्या हो रहा था, it was going inside but it was not coming outside. Grade 3 में क्या होगा, it will go inside also and it will come outside also. Now see in this picture, it is going inside as well as coming outside from the other side. Also see the level of bone in every picture. So in the first picture there was intact alveolar bone. Okay, then there was a little bone loss which was seen here. Then in the grade 3, as the severity is increasing, the bone loss has also increased, and this is the reason, because the bone loss has increased. Now the probe has a chance to go inside from here and come outside from here. Okay, now this is going to be the first stage in which definitely you are going to see the radiographic features. So you might be asked a question in table viva or chair side viva or any viva. They might ask you that which is the stage in which you'll definitely see a radiographic visualization. It is usually in the stage 3, which is said to be the through and through stage, and which stage is said to be the cul-de-sac. This is the grade 2. Okay, now coming to the last, see, grade 4 in any situation is said to be the end grade. Okay, things are going to get very worst here. Now here what happens, as I said, this is said to be the end stage furcation involvement. Complete alveolar bone loss has taken place. Okay, and in this what happens, it's not just that the bone loss has taken place, also the gingival recession has happened. Okay, now the gingiva has also gone down and the roots are exposed clinically. So clinically अगर आप चेयर पे बिठा के पेशेंट को एग्जामिन करोगे ना, you can very easily say the roots also, you can very easily see the furcation area also. That is the reason we say this to be a site where clinically the site is going to be involved, and gingival recession is also there. You can see and compare from other pictures. See the gingiva height here, it was intact. Okay, but see the gingiva here, it is completely recession has taken place, it is completely gone, and the roots are going to be exposed here. That is what you say as grade 4. Now just a very simple conclusion of the whole topic. Which stage is going to have the best prognosis? Obviously stage 1, because remember stage 1 में हमारे पास सिर्फ supra bony pockets है. So if you manage these pockets properly by proper root planing and scaling, you can manage this condition. But as the stage is advancing, the severity is also going to increase, and as the severity increases, obviously the prognosis is going to get bad. So as severity increases, the prognosis decreases. Clear? Now coming to the treatment options that we have in furcation. The first we have here is root resection. As the name itself is telling you, we basically resect or remove one particular root. So usually this is done in the cases of maxillary molars, in which what do? We have two buccal roots, so we remove one of the buccal root, which is commonly the distobuccal root. Okay, so what do? Commonly we remove or resect the distobuccal root, so that, or it can be any other root also, but always keep in mind the root is the one which is having less amount of bone support. तो जो भी रूट जो होगी जिस पे बोन सपोर्ट कम होगा, मतलब बोन लॉस जिस पे ज़्यादा होगा, आप उसको रिमूव कर देते हैं. द नेक्स्ट थिंग वी डू इज हेमी सेक्शन. एज द नेम इटसेल्फ इज टेलिंग यू, हेमी सेक्शन इज व्हाट यू आर सेक्शनिंग, और आई कैन से यू आर कटिंग द टूथ. एज यू सी इन दिस पिक्चर, this is one full tooth which you can see here. Now you see we are removing this particular or we are dissecting or sectioning this into two halves. Okay, why are we sectioning this into two halves? Because we see there is infection on one side and we have to remove this only. At times जब हम नहीं चाहते कि पूरा का पूरा टूथ हम रिमूव करें, तो सिर्फ जो अफेक्टेड एरिया होता है हम उसे रिमूव करते हैं, एंड द अदर हाफ ऑफ द टूथ इज नाउ एक्टिंग एज अ सिंगल रूटेड टूथ. Okay, that is what you say as hemisection. Now I have already told you, but still you have to keep in mind which particular tooth is going to have worst prognosis. Maxillary premolars, because obviously they are going to have less area is going surface area, so obviously these are the ones which are going to have the worst prognosis. You can't do hemisectioning and things like this in those. Okay, then the best prognosis, any molar, any first molar, whether it is a maxillary, this should be maxillary, whether it is a maxillary molar, maxillary first molar or a mandibular first molar, any molar you see is going to have a good prognosis. आप molars को बचा सकते हो, but premolars के केस में prognosis are usually bad. This was all about furcation. जो हमने यहाँ से पढ़ा, these were some extra knowledge or you can say a conclusion, but what is very important for you is what is furcation involvement, what are the factors which can lead to plaque accumulation, and what are the 4 grades of furcation. This was very very important. Usually they ask this in Viva and short notes. Hope the video was clear to you. If you like this, please share this with others as well. Thank you so much. Like, share and subscribe.